Hi, this is Merilee. Thanks for joining me, and this is my blogging challenge week 3. So this week I've been getting more submissions. Thank you so much. I've been reading through them and I'm really excited to share what I have. One of the challenges that I've found throughout this process, including this 6-week blog challenge, is being in the spotlight. I am not comfortable taking videos of myself. I find that I do much better in different circumstances where I feel put on the spot. It's a little harder for me. I was on many different TV stations being interviewed, and it's really fun. I really enjoy it a lot. It's definitely something that I had to get used to in speaking in front of people. For the videos that I've taken for these challenges, it's been a little interesting and a little hard for me to put myself out there, but that's part of the point. And when you're doing your blogs, it's important to put yourself out there and get your message heard. And that's something that I have to keep learning time and time again, because it doesn't come natural to me, and it doesn't for a lot of people. But even though that sometimes it's not easy, at the same time you get used to it, and it's for a greater cause. And being in the spotlight also brings about some negativity. You get it everywhere. You see it on social media. You see people in comments that sometimes people are very supportive and sometimes people are not. And I had to learn throughout this whole process that I had to quit reading the comments, because it felt like a dagger in my heart every single time I read something negative. And there have been some people that have said some pretty mean things that I try not to take personal. You always say that you shouldn't take them personal, but when you are doing a passion project and you want to get your thoughts out there, how can it not feel personal sometimes? So I learned to stop reading the comments, or if you don't want to miss the positive ones, I have people read comments to me sometimes and filter things out. I had a friend that actually read through some of my comments and filtered out the negatives. And I get a lot of misconceptions for my blog. Some people have said that, oh, it's just a before and after, look how hot I got type of project, and it's not really about that. And I've had other people say things like, that kid in that photo is really cute. There's no way they had been bullied or they've had an awkward experience. But to me, it's more like, we can't tell people how they feel at the time. If they have felt awkward and were bullied or picked on, that is their story, and that is something that they went through. It's not for me to say, oh, you were a cute kid. It's not really about that. It's about how they didn't fit in, or how no one would be friends with them. And so it's not for anybody to say that the experiences that they had are not real. And so we have to remember that. So one of the challenges that I've had this week is being hard on myself. Just like what I was talking about with all those comments, sometimes the little negativity gets in, and I know that I have a lot that I want to do. There's pressures, and so if I don't deliver, then I get this nagging voice that says, you're not doing it when you said you were going to do it. You're not giving yourself enough time, and so I'm still learning to this day in all facets of life to not be so hard on myself. And so it's definitely something that I have to work on. I'm working on time blocking, like I had mentioned, and I've learned that you have to almost set up a schedule of what exactly you want to do. So if you know you want to post certain things on certain days, write out maybe in a planner or even a calendar. I like those big desk calendars, and I will write exactly what I want to do on what day. That way it kind of relieves the pressure of feeling like you have to do everything at once. That way you can just, if you're time blocking, you have, okay, well, I'm going to work on my photography tonight, or and maybe the next day I'm going to write my blog post, and maybe you're not done with that blog post, so maybe the day after that you finish. And so you have to, so this kind of all ties in with, you have to be patient with yourself and figure out what exactly you can do within the 20 minutes if you're going to do any time scheduling, just so you don't feel like you're too overwhelmed and you do everything at once, or if you don't, then you're really hard on yourself. So that's my challenges and tips. I hope that helps. So the nonprofit that I wanted to talk about this week is stompoutbullying.org. Just like the name implies, they work to prevent bullying. So whether that's in person, online, or otherwise. Bullying is something that so many of us feel so helpless to do anything about. This website educates people on LGBTQ discrimination, racism, and hatred. There are many ways that you can get involved and lots of different types of support if you need it. Check out their link. For the next week, I am looking to stay on track and I'm focusing on submissions. So if you haven't submitted yet, I would love to see your picture and story. I have the link, check it out, and I'll see you next week.